we ain't got no clue. Amerisplaining with Walter. Hey!
Welcome to Amerisplaining with Walter. And my name is Walter Brohahahaha, and I want to welcome you to the first installment of Amerisplaining with Walter. Boy, I sure like the sound of that. Anyway, you know, it's been kind of a rocky road to get to this first installment of Amerisplaining with Walter. But I hope that you like it, so here we go. This first installment is going to be a little weird, as you can see, because I'm sitting here in my comfy chair with my comfy snifter and my comfy pipe, but you really can't see my comfy face. If you've been following along, you probably realize that I've been having a bit of a contract problem with these clowns here at theWhozziT, especially with that head clown, that chief editor or editor-chief, whatever the hell he calls himself. Personally, I don't think he knows journalism from the sharp end of a pencil. But the truth of the matter is that my nose is completely covered in bandages. Funny story. Well, I was walking down the street here in Chagrin Falls, North Dakota, while I was taking a couple of days off from the Trump campaign. And what happened was I got a text from my lawyer, who's been kind of really closely involved in the negotiations with these clowns from theWhozziT. So I was reading this thing, and I was getting a little hot under the collar, so to speak. And then I was getting a little pissed off. And then I was so pissed off, smack right into the wall. Right there on the main street of Chagrin Falls. That's my hometown, for God's sakes. There's even a sign that says, "Welcome to Chagrin Falls, North Dakota, the birthplace of Walter Brohahahaha." Well, that and $5 will get you a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Of course, I had to go do it myself because those bastards on the town council wouldn't pay for it. So to wrap this up, I had to sign a contract that I really didn't want to do. So here I am. Well, the second thing that's a little bit weird about this first episode is that even though the name of the show is Amerisplaining with Walter, where a typical American, that would be me, is going to pick a topic and pretty much tell the rest of the world why Americans do it the best. And maybe there's a lot to be learned from this, and maybe not. So I'm not going to be doing too much Amerisplaining this week. But I want to start it off with something that's been bugging me for about 36 years. And I'm not talking about my bunions, for God's sakes. I'm talking about political correctness and this supposed war on Christmas that's being waged against Christians by... I don't know. But I'm not going to talk to you about it. I want to sing you a song. And you may laugh, but back in the day, back when I was a member of the Chagrin Falls High School Glee Club, I used to be a soprano, by the way. I was actually considering a career in show businesses. But then after my voice changed, well, things just weren't the same. I went into radio, and then I went into TV, as you well know. So we're gonna unclog the pipes here for a few minutes, and it's off to the song. And the song is sort of about all these politically correct university students. They want to rewrite history. They're in such a hurry. Getting rid of Woodrow Wilson, and they're even ragging on Abraham Lincoln, for God's sakes. All I can say is that they try to get rid of Calvin Coolidge. Well, that's a bridge too far. And they seem to think that if you're not able to throw out your cultural upbringing in about a minute and a half, well, there's some ace commentary for you. Anyway, here's the song. Christmas, what a wonderful time of the year. But how we gonna know that it's Christmas if we never ever use the word Christmas or even Merry? Let's look at holiday. It's a word that could apply to almost any day, like Mother's Day, Veterans Day, or Labor Day. It's not really specific to Christmas. It's too confusing. All this political correctness sometimes goes too far. Neither Santa Claus nor Jesus gives a shit, so let's not say goodbye to Merry Christmas yet. We go to office Christmas parties, getting drunk and pinching all the interns' buns.
Every Christmas, every Christmas.
Then we whip out a cheesy plastic cheeses and pretend we were a bunch of nuns.
Every Christmas, every Christmas.
We insulted everybody,
You are assholes.
and no one seemed to mind.
Yes, we did. We really, really did.
Don't say goodbye to Merry Christmas yet. Okay, I know this is a pretty silly song, but first of all, I'm 77 years old and there's not too much to get the old give a shitter meter moving, you know what I'm saying? But one thing I gotta say is that even though back then we had the cultural sensitivity of your average Saudi Arabian, I think it's a generational thing, just so everybody just hold your horses. And once my generation and all my peers die out, then, well, the world will be a better place. Now that's the point I wanted to make. Now it's off to the rest of the song. This political correctness sometimes goes too far, cause neither Yahweh nor the Buddha gives a shit, so let's not say goodbye to Merry Christmas. Bye to Merry Christmas. Bye to Merry Christmas yet. This has been Amerisplaining with Walter Brohahahaha. Now it's off to the end credits.
In case you haven't guessed, America's no best. We love explaining what's best for you, even if we ain't got no